Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Pastor Bob with another Daily Bible Reading Insight. Today is day 110 in our Read Through the Bible in a Year program. That means we're in 1 Samuel 30 and 31 and Luke 17, verses 20 through 37. I want to focus a little bit on 1 Samuel 30. David, soon to be King David, chapter 31, we see that Saul and his sons are killed in battle. Chapter 30, we get to start to see a glimpse of what it means to be a person after God's own heart. David is famously described as a man after God's own heart. Well, what does that mean? It means that David is extremely God-centric. Everything focuses on God. We see in verse 6 that David found his strength in the Lord. I see in verse 8 that David sought the Lord. I'm reading from verse 8 NLT. Then David asked the Lord, should I chase after this band of raiders? Will I catch them? Verse 23, everything belongs to the Lord. But David said, no, my brothers, don't be selfish with what the Lord has given us. And we see even in verse 26, even his enemies belong to the Lord. Here's a present for you, taken from the Lord's enemies. Everything focused on God. So listen to me. I think this is our takeaway. If for us, every part of us, all of our thoughts focus on God, and we adopt the belief that everything in our lives, the good, the bad, the ugly, come from God, then that moves us that much closer to God, right? If we continually focus on God, fixate on God, we move closer to God. And when that happens, we get to experience God's love, God's peace, God's joy, God's blessings, God's grace, God's amazing grace. And if we can do that, we start to live very different lives. We live lives of more love, peace, joy, and less fear and doubt and anger. We live lives of more grace and mercy and less lives of conflict, of negativity and all that, right? So you and I are charged today is to put our thoughts on God. And when we notice they stray, put them back on. Amen. Pastor Bob with another Daily Bible Reading Insight. We'll see you tomorrow.